There once lived a guy in a tiny town outside Denver. His name was Tyler. He was broke, so broke that most days his pockets were completely empty. His sneakers had holes, his backpack was falling apart, and some nights he went to bed hungry. But there was one thing inside Tyler that nobody could see. It was his dream.
Tyler wanted to do something massive with his life, something that would flip his destiny and his family's future upside down. But every single time Tyler shared his dream, people laughed. They said, "How can a kid with empty pockets think about big things? You should only think about paying next month's rent." Their words cut deep, but somewhere inside, Tyler believed his future wasn't locked into his present struggle. You know that feeling, right? When everyone around you sees your current situation and assumes that's all you'll ever be. Your coworkers, your relatives, even some friends. They look at your bank account, they see where you live, and they write you off. They say things like, "Be realistic," or "That's not for people like us." And every time you hear it, a little voice inside you whispers, "Maybe they're right." That voice is poison. Because here's the brutal truth most people won't tell you. Your circumstances right now, they're just a snapshot. They're not the whole movie. But if you let other people's limited vision become your vision, that snapshot becomes your entire life. You stay stuck, not because you can't move, but because you stopped believing you could. Tyler felt that weight every single day. The weight of doubt, the weight of broke nights and empty fridges. But he also felt something else, something most people ignore. A fire. Small, quiet, but real. One evening, Tyler was sitting by a creek near his town, feeling defeated. An old mentor named Robert saw him. Robert was one of those rare people, 70 years old, walked with a cane, but had eyes that saw through everything. He asked, "Why do you look so troubled, son?" Tyler replied, "Robert, everyone keeps saying I can't do anything great because I'm broke. They say my dreams are too big for a guy with nothing." Robert smiled. He handed Tyler a small pocket mirror. He said, "Look into this. What do you see?" Tyler said, "I see myself." Robert asked, "Do you see the pain in your eyes?" Tyler nodded slowly. Robert said, "Now look deeper. Can you see the fire hidden behind that pain?" Tyler looked again, and this time he felt something powerful staring back at him. Not the broke kid everyone saw, but the person he could become. Robert said, "This fire is your belief. Most people ignore it and give up. But if you protect this fire, feed it with courage and discipline, it will light your path even in the darkest nights." He added, "People will try to cover your mirror with dust. They'll make you believe you're not enough. But you must keep cleaning it with your actions. Keep seeing your true self every single day, and never forget what you're capable of." Tyler took that mirror, and more importantly, he took that message to heart. From that day forward, Tyler applied the lesson. He started reading every book he could grab at the public library. He practiced writing. He learned from every failure. And he didn't just dream about passing his classes. He dreamed about building something that would change his family's entire situation. His journey wasn't pretty. His mom was sick. She needed medication they couldn't afford. His dad was a tired construction worker who broke his back every day and still came home with barely enough to cover bills. Tyler knew something had to change, and it had to start with him. Every morning, Tyler went to community college. In the afternoon, he worked at a coffee shop wiping tables and making lattes. On weekends, he helped a local IT guy fix computers to learn tech skills. And every night, when the town was asleep, Tyler sat at his desk under a cheap lamp and studied with laser focus. He sacrificed sleep. He sacrificed going out. He sacrificed comfort, but he never stopped. That mirror, that vision of who he could become, it was always in front of him. Here's what nobody tells you about transformation. It's not one big moment, it's 1,000 tiny decisions. It's choosing the hard thing when the easy thing is right there. It's showing up on the days you don't feel like it. It's protecting your vision when everyone else is handing you doubt. Tyler did that for years. No applause, no recognition, just work. Years passed. Slowly, Tyler started a small phone repair side hustle in his neighborhood. He saved every single dollar. With time, he opened a tiny electronics shop in a strip mall. He worked morning to midnight. He treated every customer like family, and he reinvested every bit of profit. With relentless focus and smart planning, his business grew. From one shop, he opened 3 across town. Then he launched his own brand of tech accessories sold online. The same people who once laughed at him, they now asked him for jobs. They wanted to know his secret. His mom's medical bills were covered, his dad retired from construction, and Tyler, he finally looked in that mirror again. And this time, the reflection matched the vision. Robert visited him one day at his main office. Tyler welcomed him with deep respect. Robert smiled and said, "You see, Tyler, the world tries to make broke kids think small, but those who dare to think big rewrite their entire story. You're proof that dreams aren't measured by the money in your pocket, but by the vision in your heart." But let me tell you something critical. This story isn't magic. It's not luck, and it's definitely not some fairy tale where everything just works out. Most people hear a story like this and feel inspired for about 10 minutes. Then they go right back to their same habits, same excuses, same small thinking. And 5 years later, they're still in the exact same place, wondering why nothing changed. The difference between Tyler and everyone else wasn't talent. It wasn't connections. It wasn't a lucky break. It was one simple thing. He refused to let his current situation define his future identity. He saw himself as more than his empty pockets, and then he acted like it every single day. If you're watching this and nodding along, but you're not willing to change anything, then this is just entertainment. But if you're ready to pick up your mirror and start seeing your true self, then this is the beginning of your transformation. Friend, if you felt even the smallest spark of hope in your chest today, don't let it die. Don't scroll past this and forget it in 5 minutes. Share this story with someone who needs courage, someone stuck in their own version of empty pockets, someone who's been told to think small. Hit that like button right now. Subscribe to this channel because we're building something here. A community of people who refuse to stay stuck. People who think big even when the world tells them to settle. Your next chapter doesn't start when your circumstances change. It starts the moment you change, the moment you stop waiting for permission and start protecting that fire inside you. Tyler's story? It's proof. But your story, that's what matters now. And it begins today. Not tomorrow, not next week, today. Think big, act bigger, and never let anyone convince you that your current situation is your final destination. Let's build your empire, starting now.